What's going on, family? I hope you've been taking care of yourself, man. I hope you've been healing, tapping in, listening to yourself, man, and focus on getting yourself together. You know, always remember that it's okay to have an off day, a day where you don't want to talk to no one, you don't want to, be around people, or you just want a day to yourself. It's okay to have those days, You need to make sure you're good mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, all the above. Make sure you're good. Make sure your energy is pure. Make sure your energy is on point. You know, you don't need to explain yourself to anybody. You don't need to explain why it is that you take the days off. You don't need to, go and ask somebody for permission to make sure you're good mentally. You don't need to check up with nobody. You just need to check up with yourself, because only you know who you are. You know, you could talk to as much people as you want. Only you know who you are. So it's up to you to listen to yourself. Have a great day today. And to those who are having kind of an off day, allow yourself to feel, but don't consume. It's okay. Like I said in the beginning, it's okay to have those days. Just make sure you're good. Just make sure, everywhere you're at is good. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's in the environment that you're in, make sure you're good. Make sure you're talking to dope people. Make sure you're doing good. And it's crazy because I said that because this video is going to be about how to raise your vibration, how to, how to vibe higher. I did a part 1 to this, but it was a little long. So this one, it's like a continued version from the other one. So I wrote it down here. The first way is to make sure your space is clean. I can't stress this enough. Make sure your space is clean. And to those who are sharing a room with somebody, whether that's your cousin, your brother, your sister, whomever you're sharing that room with, make sure your side of the room is always clean. Make sure you always have clean sheets. Make sure your bed is always clean. Make sure you're good, because a clean space is a clear mind. You know what I'm saying? Your mind going to be clear. You give yourself that space to think, to actually be able to tap in, to your inner creative thoughts, When your space is not clean, you're not able to think, because everywhere you're looking, it's either a piece of clothing or a piece of item. So make sure you keep your space clean. The second one is meditation, right? And like I say to anybody, the way you meditate is the way you meditate. Me talking right now is a form of meditation. But to really dive deep into who you truly are, you have to be willing to sit with yourself. You don't have to crisscross applesauce, none of that. Although I'm talking to you, the best form of meditation is sitting with yourself, no phones, no distractions. If you playing some Hertz, play some Hertz. If you listening to your thoughts, listen to your thoughts. If you're focusing on your breath, focus on your breath. If you're focusing on your heartbeat, focus on your heartbeat. There's multiple ways of meditation, but when you sit down with yourself and you actually ground your feet, or you're just actually in tune with yourself, you're listening to yourself, you're the observer of your thoughts, you give yourself that space to tap into something deeper than the physical avatar. You can actually go back and heal your inner child wounds, go back and really, when I say go back, I mean really, retrace, re-step to all those times, those moments that brought you pain, or suffering, or you just dive deep to really, like I said, with cleaning your space, to really flow and really tap into your deepest creativity, your deepest state, that you've never reached before, So always meditate. I was all over the place with this one, but always meditate. Always sit with yourself. Yes, you can meditate in different ways, but sitting with yourself, actually sitting with yourself and listening to yourself and just tapping in and tuning in to who you are, and really healing yourself and going back and learning from mistakes and knowing what you got to do moving forward is top tier. The other one is journaling. I make it a habit for me to journal every single day. Some people journal throughout the whole day. Some people have checkups when they check up on themselves, where they might journal by the end of the week, just to, basically write down everything they've accumulated with this new information, new ways that, they want to approach certain situations. They might write all that down by the end of the week. I personally feel like journaling every single day is good, is dope, because it gives you that time to check in with yourself and really see and really keep it real with yourself. Keep it authentic and keep it honest with yourself with how you're feeling, whether it's that specific risings, that specific afternoon, that specific the night before. You keep it real with you and you talk to yourself. You actually kind of check up with yourself. You know, journaling is a good way to keep up with yourself mentally, emotionally. Write down new ideas, write down how you want to approach certain situations, write down your goals, write down what you want to do. It could be multiple ways. Journaling doesn't have to be just writing your emotions, writing how you feel. You can write your next goal in life. You can write your next, what you want to accomplish, spiritually, physically, what I'm saying, what you want to do, what points you want to reach in your life. You know what I'm saying? You could write down, I have a vision board. If you don't want to buy a vision board, you could write down while journaling. It's kind of like keep up with yourself. Being more active. I go to the gym, right? And a lot of people might think because I go to the gym, I might be tired. But truly, when you're active, and you're actually putting your body to work, you start to reach newer heights. When I work out, I personally work out, I gain new information, because I'm actually working out is like therapy to me. It could be therapy to others too. You want to make sure your physical avatar is always active. You want to always make sure you're good. You can be good within yourself, but you have to make sure you're good outside too. You got to make sure you're fit. You got to make sure you're good. If you desire, if you choose to, because it's all choices. Just make sure you keep your body active. Make sure you're good. Make sure you working out your physical avatar, and that's the reason why I would say, being more active. Active doesn't mean lifting weights and going to a gym. Active could be like a run, you running down the block, you taking a walk, a stroll, jogging. It could be a few push-ups. It don't have to always be lifting weights. Be active in the way that you want to be active. It's your choice. By the end of the day, fasting. I just started my fasting today, but I fast before. When you're fasting, right? When you're fasting from the days that I fast, when you're fasting, you become the observer of your body. Yes, I was saying you are the observer of your thought in form of meditation, but when you're fasting, you're the observer of your body. A lot of times, and that's the next point I was gonna get to, but I'm gonna split it into two: fasting and eating healthier. I want to split that into like one specific way you could raise your vibration. But when you're fasting, you're the observer of your body. Sometimes a lot of us, we overeat and we eat so much because of a certain emotion that's tied to it. We might be sad, we go and eat. We might be mad, we go and eat. And I myself, I'm not gonna lie and keep it and cap to you. I do that too. There'll be times I'll be annoyed and frustrated what's going on with our people. Something might happen, I just go to food, right? Choose how you eat. Also, like I said, I'm gonna split into two. You have to remember what you eat, have to make sure you're good. You gotta make sure your soul is clean. You gotta make sure you're good. So you have to eat life. If you choose life, you eat life. You know what I'm saying? All that processed meat, all the food, all the chemicals in these foods play within certain emotions. Sometimes what we feel is not even how we're supposed to be feeling. It's just from what we've eaten. That's why I'm saying eating healthier and fasting, I'm going to correlate those two because those really help. When you're fasting and you start eating more fruits, more veggies, you start taking care of yourself, you will start to feel better. You'll start to think clearer. You know what I'm saying? You'll start to be able to do certain things you thought you couldn't do. And plus, you live longer. You remove all the dis-ease. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times our body is craving for us to fast, for us to just let it do its thing, but we just stuffing it. If your body don't work, you're not going to be able to work either. So you got to make sure, although, yes, we're multidimensional being within these physical avatars, we still got to take care of them. That's why I brought up working out or, being more active and eating healthier and fasting. Because a lot of times we're not supposed to be eating 5-6 times a day. You know what I'm saying? And the things that we're eating, the things that we're paying for, and even the things that we think is organic, it's not even organic for real. They just have to sell it. So they're saying it's organic so to charge you more to get it out the way. But it's not. We now are living in a seedless society, fruits with no seeds. The Great Mother blessed us with seeds. So we got to make sure we're tapping into what we're supposed to be eating for real. Because when we're eating healthier and we're actually eating things that needs to for our body to consume, we're electric beings, so we need electric foods, right? So if we're eating heavy processed meat with all these chemicals, all these hormones in it, we're not eating whatever we think we're eating. We're just eating straight chemicals, putting straight chemicals within our body. That's why we get sick faster. That's why we might feel a certain way. That's why our bodies might feel heavy. Fasting is the best way to clear all that out. And from the days I fast, and I'm starting fasting today, doing 7-day fast, you know, from fasting, when you're fasting, you realize that your body doesn't even need all these food. We're just forcing ourselves to eat because of whether, depending on how we feel, or just because we're so used to consuming 5 times, 6 times a day, you know. But to keep a long story short, make sure you're fasting, make sure you're eating healthier. The next one is reading a book. You know, I personally, and these are things that I do, it could help you too. Reading a book, of course you got to read with discernment, you know, because a lot of times they try to, you know, fuck with what we got going on, fuck with what we trying to learn from, you know, such as from these Google searches and stuff. Reading a book, to me, reading a book, whether it's a chapter a day or a few pages a day, reading a book really puts you in the element of calmness, you know, stillness, just like meditation. For me, reading is part of my meditation too. When you're reading and you're actually focusing on what you're reading on, it brings you into this new world outside of just this physical. So in a way, it's like when I'm reading, I'm using my imagination, picturing what's on the book, and envisioning me just there, just living in that moment. You know, it gives me a space. It gives me a way to just focus on what's in front of me. It helps me focus more clear. You know, it clears my mind. It clears the way that I feel. It clears the way that I think. You know, there's more ways for different people, but reading a book will help you raise your vibration. Putting your phone down and actually tuning into that book, depending on the book that you're reading, will bring you to a new world. You know, it's a new experience, and it's fire. So that's why I read a book. You know, dancing, shake all that low vibration away. You know, a lot of people might think it's weird to dance. I dance by myself. I dance in the sun. I dance with the trees. I dance in nature. Release the energy. There's multiple low vibrational energy or energy that don't serve you. There's multiple ways you can release energy. But dancing is good. It's fire. And it boosts it boosts your happiness. It makes you more happy. You're in the space, you're in the moment, just doing your thing. Even if you don't know how to dance, you get jiggy on them, you're going to be having fun. So just be dancing. You know, remove all the energy that's not for you, that you don't want within your reality. Just shake all that shit away. You know, taking a break. You know, taking a break is essential for your health. You know, your mental health, more so your mental health. Take a break from social media. Just like how I say fast, you could fast from people, you could fast from social media, you could fast from the news, you could fast from TV. Anything that, you know, that's in a way clouding your judgment, clouding the way you think, or making you feel a certain way. You know, I promise you, when you take a break from social media, you're not going to miss nothing at all. You're not going to miss nothing at all. You know, you're not. Just take a break for yourself. Go within yourself and really listen to yourself and tap into you. Connect with you. You know, take a break. You don't need all this social media, all of this. You feel me? Take a break. You know, social media is here to keep us distracted, keep us from knowing what's going on. It keeps us scrolling, watching videos and stuff. You know, take a break and go do something that you actually want to do. It will help you so much when you take a break. Remove yourself from people that no longer benefits you or your space or reciprocate that same energy. You know, once you start taking a break from social media, from people, start tapping into yourself and tuning into yourself, greater things will await you, because you're not being told what to do every step of the way. You're not being told how to live, you know, what you need to be doing. You're strictly focusing on yourself. So always take that break. You know, your energy is going to be more, you're going to know how your energy really feels like, because you're not around certain people. You're not around certain energy, so you actually get to feel your energy. You get to feel your essence and use that essence to do something with it, do something magnificent, great within your reality. So to take that break, you know. Another one, admire your body, you know. Admire your avatar. Yes, we're more than just these physical beings, you know. But you must admire your avatar. Your avatar is unique to you. You know, it's unique in its own way. So you can't disrespect your body when you're beautiful in your own way, when you stand out in your own way. Do not let this world consume you and make you feel like you're not good enough. Never. That's the worst mistake you could ever do. Always have confidence in yourself and know that you have something to bring to the table. You have something as equally as important as the next person. You always have something to say. Admire yourself. Give yourself that props. Listen to yourself and tune into yourself. Really love yourself on a deeper level that don't require the latest Chanel bag, the latest Benz, $100,000 Rolex. Love yourself the way that you are. Love yourself because of where you are at. Know that you can always do great things. Know that you can always accomplish things and greater things in life that you always wanted to accomplish for yourself. Do not let people come and make you feel less about yourself. Hurt people hurt people. People go through shit and they come dumping on you because they're too coward to heal that shit within themselves. Do not be consumed by that. That's why I said take a break too. Social media has influenced people that you have to look like this. You have to live this way. If you don't have this much necessities, if you don't have this much BS, you're not really living. That's why I also said take a break. Because social media is the number one thing that have us thinking and comparing ourselves to the lives of others when you don't know how they living or how they got where they are at. So always admire yourself. Always admire your body. Always admire your essence. Know that you're beautiful in your own fucking way. And know that you're dope. And you come here to do something. So fuck whatever somebody else got going on with themselves, man. Do not let them disrespect you or make you feel less, man. You're dope. Always remember that. Write some affirmations. I always say this, you are a walking affirmation. You are an affirmation yourself. But it's always crucial to write your affirmation. I think, therefore I am, right? So whatever you write after I am, that's who you are. That's who you look at yourself as. Prime example, since we're talking about affirmation, I wanted to say some affirmation. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am amazing. I am powerful. I am unique. I am outstanding. Just say some affirmation to yourself. You know, do not put yourself down, man. Do not feel like you're not where you need to be. You know, you can always catch up. You know, it's always okay to really just sit back and observe certain moments. You feel me? Because the thing is, the universe wants you to slow down too. If we're not able to slow down for ourselves, the universe will create something for us to slow down so we can admire how far we've gotten. Sometimes I'm looking at myself and looking at the videos that I made, you know, and I'm just like, damn, I got far. You know what I'm saying? If we're looking at videos I recorded a year ago, and now I've improved. My confidence rose my confidence rose to the roof. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to talk to you. I'm able to be myself. Even if I make mistakes, I'm not afraid to admit that. Always slow down, you know, and write your affirmations, man. Really take that time for yourself, you know. Have dope people around you. You are who you hang around. For the longest, my parents told me that, but I didn't believe it. It's true. You are who you hang around. Who you give access to within your reality will determine if your reality grows or not. A lot of times we're around people that we've outgrown. But when I say outgrown, I don't mean you're better than them or you just get to look at them a certain way. I'm not saying that. But all I'm saying is you outgrown people in terms of energy, which means the way that you used to live with them, the way that you used to talk to them, the ways that you used to, you know, approach them have changed. And that's okay. Change is inevitable. We need to change to evolve. So you must be careful of who you are around. Sometimes we're around leeches, people who just take, you know. So make sure you're surrounded by people who love you, care about you, support you, and want you to become the best version of yourself. Because when you're not surrounded by those types of people, it's easy for us to get sucked back into the matrix and sucked back into, you know, misinformation, misguidance. You know, it's easy for us to do that. So make sure you're around dope people who want the best for you. People that when you take a time for yourself, they support you instead of saying you changed on them. Those types of people, you know. Listen to the music. You know, another one will be listen to music. Listen to whatever you want to listen to. You know, listen to music and really just vibe out by yourself. You know, really just tune in. You know, depending on the music that you do listen to, it will either amplify your energy or just keep it suspended to the lowest state. You know, it's up to you, whatever music you listen to. I'm not going to tell you what to listen to. But just be mindful. You know, music carries a certain vibration which can affect us. That's why I had to tell you, make sure you listen to music that's going to uplift you. You know, people are different. You know, sometimes people use music as a way of coping with, you know, what they're going through, a way of healing, a way of just coming back to self. You know, you listen to what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you get in a state where you can tap back into that power within you. You know, so listen to music, vibe out, trust yourself, and know that you're great. You know, use your phone less. You know, this is a tracking device, of course. You know, this records everything that you're saying. It's looking at you 24/7, so it's good to turn these off and just tap back into nature. These are our antennas, you know. Nature is our Wi-Fi, our source. So when we're tapping in and we're grounding our feet and we're connecting, we're using our phone less, we give that time back to the great mother. We give that time back to Ra as they are fighting for us and fighting and helping us. We take time to, you know, talk to them, connect with them. You know, so use your phone less and get out in nature, get some sun. Tap in. You don't need to be in these phones 24/7. You know, you just need to be by yourself and really tap in and connect with life. This phone right here, this device is a tracking device. This is GPS to know where we're at. It's not living. It's just an item that we use. It's not living. So just make sure you be taking a break from these phones, man, and really tapping in to yourself, to that deeper level. You know, tapping into your dark side too, because when we don't embrace our dark side and we just look at it and ignore it, we're not actually elevating, nor are we healing ourselves. You know, so make sure you go tap into that inner side of you just take them breaks from the phones, man, and really tap into yourself. Tap into that dark side of yourself. You know, that side of yourself that you've been running away from. Really tap into yourself and give yourself that time. You know, because you will gain so much knowledge and so much wisdom tapping into that side because you've healed. You are healing. You're not afraid to walk in the dark and embrace it as you are darkness. So embrace that, man. It's not always going to be peace, light, joy, and happiness. I'd be lying to you if I told you I come on here every single day, whether I'm making a video or not, recording or not recording, you know what I'm saying, and saying that I'm happy all the time. It's not like that, and I'd be lying to you and I'd be misleading if I told you it was like that. Hell, some of the videos I make, you know what I'm saying, I was expressing anger, you know, because of what has been going on to our people. You know, expressing myself, just letting you know, man, this shit ain't for us, man. It's not. So we can't, you know, act like this shit is normal. So now it's not the time to save everybody, man. You can't save everybody anyways. So it's time to make sure you're good and get on yourself. Get on your shit, you know, and have some discipline so you're not stuck down here when shit as change or shifting, you know. So enjoy the rest of your day. Have a high vibrational day today. I say.